Parshas Nitzavim, the Torah speaks about circumcision. Not circumcision of a little boy on the 8th day, but a circumcision of the heart of a Jew. And the Torah says, Umal Hashem Elokecha es levavcha ves levav zarecha. This circumcision, which is going to be done by HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it's going to be done by God, is going to pull away the covering that we have over our hearts, that is stopping Hashem, stopping Torah, stopping Judaism from permeating into the deep recesses of our hearts. Yet, earlier in Sefer Devarim, the pasuk says, Umaltem es orlas levavchem, that Hashem is not going to pull off the covering over our hearts, but that we personally have to do so. So which one is it? Does Hashem do so, or do we do so? And what's this all about? So Menachem Mendel of Kotzk explains that it's a little bit of both. Hashem wants to come in to our lives. Hashem wants to be a part of the deep recesses of our heart, of our entire beings. But sometimes our hearts are covered, and when it's covered, we're not letting Him in. So Hashem's going to do His part by wanting to come in, by giving us the vehicles and the tools necessary to allow Him to become part of our lives. But we need to do the work to allow Him to come in. If someone knocks on the door and the door is locked, the person behind the door hears them. If they are not going to open the door, then they can't come in. Only if someone opens the door will they then be able to come in. And I'd like to use the following to try to illustrate this point. You know, there are some of us who have had traumatic experiences in life. And it's natural when we have traumatic experiences, which are of the negative nature, for the most part, to be very quiet about these experiences because we're scared to deal with them, we're scared to relive them. And what we do is we put a little fence, a little covering over them, and we tuck it away in our heart and we avoid them. The problem is that after a period of time, there are some people who become very pained by these experiences, don't want to relive them, don't want to deal with them for obvious reasons, but because of that, they become paralyzed. And it's difficult for them to even function on a daily basis. So that individual, what they really need is, they need the ability to go through a therapeutic process which will bring out, which will uncover all of the various experience that took place, the traumatic experience, but will uncover all that transpired to be able to work through the issues at hand so that they'll be able to function on a regular basis in a somewhat happy way. If a person does not allow the covering over that pain, over that trauma to come off, then it would be impossible for even the greatest therapist in the world to be able to help that individual. So too, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, you know, there may be some of us that have had somewhat negative experiences with Torah, with Judaism, whether it was Torah learning, whether it was when we were children in yeshiva and we had some teacher say something that offended us, or there was a time that we were in a shul and someone said something or someone did something. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, you know, you put up a covering over that heart. I want in. I want to be a part of your life. I want to get into that heart. If you're not going to pull off the covering, I'm never going to be able to get in. I'm knocking on your door. If you open the door, then I'll be there to come in. That's why in one pasuk it says that we have to pull the covering off of our heart because we have to do our part. We're in control of that. But the other pasuk says that Hashem will uncover it because Hashem will be there to fill the space. Hashem during Elul wants to become back again. He wants to be a part of our lives. He wants Torah and mitzvos and Judaism to become a part of who we are like it's never been before, not quite as much as it's ever been before. He wants it to be even more. And that is the avoda, that is the service of Elul and what it's all about. It's about the ability for us to let HaKadosh Baruch Hu into our lives and to reawaken and rekindle the flame that we have inside of us. Let us hope that we do our parts by uncovering the cover, and that HaKadosh Baruch Hu does His part by coming back into our lives, by coming close with us, enhancing our lives, making ourselves feel like we're living lives full of meaning, full of Torah and mitzvos, and hopefully by doing so, we'll be blessed with a Shana Tova, with a happy and a sweet new year, and we'll be blessed with the ability to be written L'chaim, for life, for the coming year. Thank you for listening, and good Shabbos.